president of the country has passed away. And today, it's National Mourning Day. A lot of persons are mourning, and within the family in Daura, Katsina State, lots of persons are gathered out there to mourn the passing of one of their own. And of course, yes, this is just a time for us to say condolences to the entire family. My name is SAMSON OMOTOSHO. Today on the Avalanche, which is the program today, we're going to take a look at a particular story that is trending online, and we're going to put a touch to it, try to do a tone of finality for a lot of persons to know that yes, it's all about education. A lot of persons have been trying to demean education as a means, not to an end, but to see it as just a means. But some persons are saying that hard work pays even better than education. But today, we want to put a touch to it to see how we can strike a balance. As much as a lot of persons are saying that education is what really is the bedrock of success, some persons are still of the opinion that you don't need to go to school before you become successful. And this and more we're going to put a touch to on the program today. And I'm going to play you a video of that particular video that's trending online that has generated many reactions from netizens, and across board people are talking about it. We're going to look at that this morning. Once again, my name is SAMSON OMOTOSHO. Good morning, Nigerians. Welcome to the Avalanche.
Nation, now we take time when you go away. Then no go put the leadership for your hand. Now you go take calm yourself. No be by force, not by sense. Now you go making Nigeria better. A nation with vision must plan for future. Youth, not the future. Youth of this nation, tie your shokoto well. To build this nation, it's no introduction. He has seen many tribulations. This is a
stand in silence. You may or may not believe it, but it is true. God is with us here in this country. Yes. Nigeria. Yes. Yes. Ọlọ́run á wà pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. Nǹkan tó dáwọ́lé ó máa ṣe oríire ni. Ọ̀pọ̀ bá làbókè kókó làbókúta irọ́ ni wọ́n ń pa má dà kò sí nǹkan tó máa ṣe ẹ́. Ó ti o. Wàá máa lọ síwájú ni. Bó ti ń gbóríyìn fáwọn tó yẹ kó gbóríyìn fún Ọlọ́run á máa gbóríyìn fún ẹ. May God in His infinite mercy greater than we. May you be greater than we. Greater than
Alright, so welcome back to the Avalanche on I-FLIER 103.3 FM IBADAN. This is the perfect choice station for the high flyers. Yes, you just listened to that song. A lot of outrage from many Nigerians. It sparked laughter, it sparked pain, excuse me, but most importantly, it sparked what we call a conversation and that's what we're having here today. Or is it exposing what we failed to modernize? Or another question I need to ask: has the rise of content creation, streaming, and instant virality made us forget that education is not just about school, but about value creation and mental discipline? The truth is this, the internet is a tool, social media is a stage, but your mind, your education, that's your operating system. And without an update, you definitely will crash emotionally, mentally, and socially. Well, in tech, we talk about algorithm, but let me tell you, nothing reprograms your life better than a renewed mind. And I can tell you that for free. Education isn't a scam, just like a lot of persons are actually positioned.
Cannot devalue education. So I'm strongly of the opinion that it has just exposed gaps that need attention. It has exposed us to areas where we need to focus on when it comes to education. For example, before these digital platforms came on, there are many things that happen that nobody would probably hear. But because of what social media does today, whatever people do, either it's ethical or not, quickly goes viral, and then we're able to access it.
And it's accepted.
No, built by people who had core traditional education.
So a lot of persons are really, it might be wrong if you say that, going on social media, make some money. It's not just about you just going there to do content, but you must have a background of tech, and that tech comes from education. Is that what you say?
Yes, let me take it further. When we say education, what do we really mean? I like to take it from there. Now, education is actually, I would define it as a process of intentionally building the mind, which I agree with what you said earlier, building the character and competence. And now when it comes to the mind, it has to do with how we think, what we think, and how we think. When it comes to character, knowing what is right and wrong. And then when it comes to competence, competence in being a doctor, competence in being a lawyer, competence in being a photographer, competence in being a content creator, and all of that. So if we want quality, a content creator should be able to come up with a well-built mind, solid character, and competence in what they do. Unfortunately, there is an area of these digital platforms that might need to be reviewed, and it's in the area of the algorithms. You see, I agree with you when you said it earlier. Algorithms reward consistency. It rewards outputs, not the quality of the output. So it's up to the person. Okay, people bring their filtered videos. They are well thought out, polished side online. They don't come online with their insecurities. They don't come online with their failures. So in situations where the algorithm is built to reward consistency, and someone consistently come up with shallow contents that adds no value, by the time it's rewarded, this monetization thing, by the time such person is rewarded, the younger generation are tempted to begin to think that they do not need education. They just need to come online, get some likes, get some views, get some followers, and then succeed. So it's really something of concern that when people bring their polished content, their polished filtered life, and the algorithms reward them, it makes serious people begin to think that they don't need education. Now, but we also need to look at it holistically. For example, this issue that has generated so much buzz online, this issue of trying to employ photographers with master's degree. Two things come to my own mind when I review this event. Number one, I believe we have labor laws. We have labor laws that should regulate employment, how you employ, and how you handle your employees.
Exactly.
The rights of employers, the rights of employees. I believe that in a country where there are labor laws, employment process isn't something that should go public. I want to believe that. So when people begin to bring up employment processes, make it a public thing, I think our labor Ministry of Labor and all of that is something they should look into. Like I said, it's a whole systemic thing. Then also talking about photographers with master's degree. We all know that currently in Nigeria, I don't think there is a course in any university that is a master's in photography. I don't think so. What he's probably looking for example, is people who have their minds well built, but have competence in one sector of the society isn't doing well, it rubs off on the other sector. I believe that employers and employees need to begin to understand what should be in place when recruiting. Recruitment, I don't think, is supposed to be a public social media affair.
Okay, so let's take a look at.
They handed some values from the home, or they handed some values from the society. So we have to take it from that foundation. Now, when the foundation is right, from the home front, from the society, and the young person knows that this is right, this is wrong, then I would now counsel to say every young person should spend time alone, quality time alone, reviewing their value, reviewing what they stand for, reviewing what their journey is, their purpose, and then expose themselves to only those things that enhance their journey.
Exactly.
But what if a situation where a young person in himself or in herself, inherently has no value? So in that case, we need to begin to look deeper into the home front, into the family unit, into the early education. I know of a country where from 0 to 4 years, they don't even teach them the alphabets and the numbers. They teach them morals. They teach them that when you finish eating, you clean up where you've eaten, you clean up your plates. They teach them teamwork. They teach them to work in teams from 0 to 4. So when you're in that country, you see how morally well trained they are. Okay, so what happens in our nursery schools? What happens in our primary schools? Are the youths even giving value to work by? Now, when we have this value, then we can say, let people expose themselves to only those things that enhance their value.
excuse me. So well, I want us to look at this. This video. I want to play that video right now.
Okay.
Where the young man was actually interviewing them, seemingly said he needed, a handler for 500,000 naira. He said, and a lot of persons have been, talking about it and saying, okay, why would you do this? So I'm going to play the video right now for us to actually listen to it. We'll be right back.
Okay. You are not into video. Stand up. Oh! Guys! Oh my God! Bro, nice meeting you. You are in for here, Abi, you are doing the barber. You are him. Your name? Emmanuel. Your name? Abi. No video, yes. You will video. Everything will tire you, no worry. Emmanuel, you? Is this how you want to be a camera? You are not sharp, oh. Don't worry. Adimola. Tamilari. You find you. Hey. Fine boy have been discovered. OMOTOSHO danger. You. Ikechi. Which kind of name be that? I will also call you behind the camera. I will be sweating. Your name? Bisola. You? Shegun Johnson. You? Tamilari. Adams. You guys see get beer. Ona who pass me. Ona go injure me. I don't go feel misbehave. Guys, I'm afraid of these doodles. Do you know the meaning of doodles? Dudes. They are collecting ones who employed you. You are failed. Maybe this one you go sit down. Yes. This is what I'm talking about. I said doodles. You are caught.
No, you asked me.
You want to pay? Ipokonlua. And you? Justice. Okay. So, guys, these are the unemployees. They are all their sick guys. They are all their fees, their HIV, their everything. Wait, this is your master degree. When they tell you no, I'm giving just 2 people. So you'll be coming on that share now. You guys will be on Alright, so well, you just listened to it. I just played a part of it for you. It's a very lengthy video. They didn't know that the young man was actually using them as a content for his own TikTok that he does and other social media platforms that he uses. You know, but something striking really, I saw from persons that have been lashing on by this particular video that I just played.
Well, it made mention of the fact that what helps you to succeed in life goes beyond what you learn in the four walls of the classroom, which I agree.
Mm.
However, if I would look at that particular, that particular event, two things come to mind: ethical practice, and then the rights of those candidates to their own privacy.
Mm.
I don't know if he asked for their consent to put that video online. He has the right to make that video, as a matter of fact. No law stops him from making that video.
Mm.
But when you're expected to seek
The consent.
their consent, now the question is, before they got into that room, was their consent sought? That this video is going on TikTok and will be watched by millions of people, and whatever embarrassment you see, whatever inconvenience, will be watched by millions. I do not know if their consent was sought, but if not, it's not ethical. And those embarrassing moments for those people are okay if it was a private interview. So we're looking at of the classroom, because the truth is, competency in photography as at today Nigeria is not learnt in the four walls of the classroom. So those guys must have learned their photography from wherever, a master's degree. So I believe they have rights to their privacy.
Okay, well, because I want us to look at it from the point where, he said something about, yes, we agree that education goes beyond the four walls of the classroom. In fact, education, we have different forms of education. Formal is the one within the the four walls of the classroom. The informal ones, we know of traders, we know of people who would, these skills that we learn. Some of them are informal, because you can learn from the comfort of your home. You can choose not to learn it if you don't, and it requires skill acquisition.
Exactly.
Then when it comes to you caught it. There are some things that are taught, some things that are caught. You catch it by seeing it, by listening, by looking, you catch many things. Those are semi-formal education. Now, if you want to wrap it up with what he has said right now, a lot of persons are angry about this word over again.
So the same training you'd give to that graduate, if you give it to an OND or a smart O level, they'll still do the job. So you begin to wonder, so what's the essence of the entire years this person has spent? So our education system needs to be reviewed to be more practical and to be more relevant
in today's society.
And that is a challenge, and that's what I believe Reno was talking about. So even though we are angry, even though we feel that some things were not done ethically, the truth is our education system really needs. For example, the camera was built by engineers.
Time permits us to do that. 0705 510 0705 510 or 0905 444 okay, let me ask you this last one before I let you go.
Okay.
If we look at this particular story, now, lastly, in this viral age, where trends come and go at lightning speed, now how can we re-engineer our tech, the tech use, both physically, personally, and systematically, to prioritize?
Well, I want to rely on AI, hoping that AI will develop to that stage where when a content is created and published, the system, the algorithm is able to read and filter through it to see if it's value or noise, and then it's able to push content with value out and leave the ones with noise where they are. It's possible, and I really hope we will get there.
I mean, it's going to shut a lot of content without values out.
Yes, for example, let me tell you something that I have personal concern about. Now, a movie maker, for example, you can imagine how much intellectuality goes into making a movie. Is it the writing, the script, the casting, the direction, the professionals that have worked? But do you observe that many times for them to advertise the cinema, the movies, they have to come online and dance?
Mm.
And you wonder, how could you do so much work and then to sell, you dance?
Mm.
You're selling so much intellectual work that when you talk about your intellectual products, it's able to push it, and then when someone is dancing, it keeps it somewhere on that platform. People will be forced to create more content that have value.
All right, so this is where we get to draw the cut for
Thank
you
you so
to
much.
have that you have been able to dish out for people to actually learn from. The platform. This is education, edutainment radio station. This is where we promote education most importantly, and we do not have any. We just have to push education. Thank you so much, Mr. Yemik Pidon,
Thank you
for
so
coming
much for having
this
me.
very morning. I must say to everyone listening to me right now, I want you to hear. I want you to know that a lot of things must be done, must be put right. Let's set aside the mediocrity and let's put that going viral. Everybody wants to see it, but something that gives value, we keep it somewhere. Why don't we create value for ourselves and ensure that our nation is each free of content without value? My name is SAMSON OMOTOSHO. Next week is another time we'll be on the show again. Up next is L'Oreal Dawn with Tomat Salah, 2S Sport, to take you through the length and breadth of the world of sports. Okay, until next week, appreciation goes to my producer talking about Marvelous Shabaloju Oyedele. Okay, so let's get it up again. Next week is another time. Have a beautiful day.